lot of questions about modes, and even after teaching the mode, sometimes I see people struggle for making it sound musical. So today, I'm going to give you 6 licks in the Dorian and talk about how you can really bring the personality of this mode out. Plus, I have a friend in Medellin named Dorian. We spent some time together this last weekend, and he said, "Hay una escala que tiene mi nombre. Tyler, por favor, hay que hacer un tutorial sobre Dorian, por favor." So that's also how we got here, and I don't have any friends named Mixolydian or Ionian, so here we are with Dorian. New ukulele every Wednesday and Saturday. Hit subscribe if you like this content. And if you love what we do, think about becoming a Patreon. Links up here in the notes. That means you get tabs for every single lesson, including the previous ones. Additional links in the description, including my email if you want some one-on-one lessons. And let's do it. Grab the ukulele brain attention span, follow me on in, and let's learn these tasty licks. Here. So we're going to start this lesson off first with me showing you what the Dorian is. All right, the difference between D minor and D Dorian. Then I'm going to show you 2 shapes that you can use. Then I'm going to use the chord progression, which is going to be D minor and G. If you feel like you know all that stuff, you can go ahead and skip right to the licks. Okay, so I got some, you can't click these timestamps, but these times right here show you where those pieces start. You do have active timestamps in the first comment, though, if you want to go ahead and just click and jump ahead. So let's go ahead and start with what it is. Now, the Dorian mode is the minor scale with a major 6th interval. So if we look at the D minor scale, you're going to get D, E, F, G, A, B flat, C, D. Root D. E is your 2nd interval, also known as the 9th. Do, 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 do. F is your minor 3rd. D minor, D major, major 3rd, minor 3rd. F is your minor 3rd. G is your 4th. A is your 5th. B flat is your flat 6th. C is your flat 7. And D is your octave. Root, 2nd, 3rd. Well, let's get it correct. Root, 2nd, flat 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 6th, flat 7, octave. Now, the D Dorian takes that flat 6 and moves it up, makes it a major 6. So it turns the B into a B, or it turns B flat into a B. So you get root, 2nd, minor 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, flat 7, octave. So it's a minor scale, but just a little brighter and happier. You can find examples of this particular scale used in Oye Como Va. Oye Como Va, as a matter of fact, actually uses this Dorian progression, but in the key of A. So it goes A to A minor, D7. Another great example of the Dorian vamp in a popular song is Riders on the Storm, but it's E Dorian, as it uses E minor and A major. Riders on the storm. Okay. Yeah. But we are doing all these ideas today in the key of D. So we'll have that D to G. Okay, 2 hybrid shapes that we're going to be using. These are both 4 high G scales. 2, 0, 1, 3, 0, 2, 3, 5. We kind of already looked at this one. Then another one that I use is 2, 4, 5, 7, 5, 7, 8, 5. That 2 and 4 is the D and the E. If you had a low G, you could play 7, 4, 5, 7, 5, 7, 8, 5. And of course, in this, your color tone, that B is right here, the 7th fret of the E string. Harmony, we only need 2 chords, a D minor and a G. You can think about this as a minor 1 chord and a major 4 chord. This is the most common Dorian progression, so much so that it's actually referred to as the Dorian vamp. And we're going to go down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, 1, 2, and 3, 4, and 1, 2, and 3, 4, and. Let's slow it down just a little bit, though. Something like this. Now the lick number 1. I think this one's the easiest. The only wrinkle is it doesn't actually start on the 1, it starts on the and after. It's 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can start 5th fret of the A string. It's on a D note, and it goes D, C, A, B. 5, 3, 5, 2. 1 and 2 and 3. Now this B note is in the G chord. So right when our harmony goes from the D minor to the G, we land right on that B. After that, on the 4th beat, open 1, 2. And we land right on the D again when the harmony goes back to the D minor. So the lick starts on the and, lands on the B there, and back to the D there. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1. Ring, index, open, index, middle. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1. Lick number 1. Number 2 gets just a little further down the fretboard into that kind of second shape we talked about. And it's going to go 8, 7, 5. But that's also 1 and 2. Then you're going to go down to the 3rd fret on the same string, the E string, and go 3, 5, 2. Then up to the 5th fret here. So it's 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 8, 7, 5, 3, 5, 2. Up to that 5th fret there. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is also a D note. So the same kind of idea. It goes from the D, and when it lands on the G, instead of landing on the B, it lands on the G note this time instead. But it still emphasizes that B, because that's the most important note. That B note is what makes it Dorian. The B flat makes it D minor. The B makes it Dorian. So you really want to try to highlight that special note when you're making these licks and solos, because that note is what gives it its color and its flavor. Then we go up to the D note when the harmony goes back to D. All right, lick number 3. This one has some triplets. I love this one. I think it sounds very cool. Starting off, triplet 2, 1, 0. That's over the D minor and just outlines the chord. 1 pola 2. And you can do pinky or ring there. It's 3rd fret. Then play it open and then land on the 2. Do 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 do. 2, 1, 0, 3, 0, 2. That 3rd turns our D into a D minor 7. So we're really just playing an arpeggio over the D minor, and then landing on that B note over our G again. Do 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 do. 1 pola and 1 pola 2 and 3, 4, 1 and. On the and before the 1, we're gonna play the 1st fret here, that F note. over the G, it makes it a G7, which is cool. Then it goes right back into that arpeggio. So instead of starting on the 1 by starting on the and before it, we give the lick a little more movement. So nice and slow. 1 pola, 2 and 3, 4, and 1 pola, 2 and 3, 4. 1 pola, 2 and 3, 4, and 1 pola, 2 and 3, 4. All right. So now we're going to get deep into that second shape, and we're going to go. Not too tricky rhythm-wise, all eighth notes and a quarter note. It's going to be 5, 5, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, back to the A string. So 5 on the C, 5 on the E, 5 on the A, 8 on the A, 5 on the A, 7 on the A, 5 on the E. 5, 5, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5. And that's the fourth beat, and that'll ring for a quarter. Then you're going to go up to the 7 on the first beat. Now this time, we're landing on the B string, or the B note, over the D minor. That makes well, there's kind of two ways to think about that. A D minor 6 or a B minor 7 flat 5. We're going to think about it as a D minor 6. But it is a very, very cool sound. Okay, so we get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very cool. This next one, the rhythm has a little more flash to it. All right, starting off with the triplet, 7, 5, 8, back to 5, 7, and then back to 5 over the D. 7, 5, 8, 1 pola, 2, second beat, 5th fret here, back up to 7, down to 5. 1 pola, 2, and 3. Now that D note is in our D chord, our G chord. So you can land on that D note over the G chord. And that helps keep the tonality. One of the harder things about modes is not letting it, is resolution. So sometimes if you're not careful, your D Dorian can end up sounding like C major. We don't want that. So landing on that D helps with that, and having the D in the G chord helps with that too. So you get 1 pola, 2, and 3. Then the same triplet on the 4th beat, 4 pola, but slide 8 to 7. 4 pola, 1, 4 pola, 1 to that 7, and then continue down. Let that ring for the first beat. It's that B note over the D, very cool. And you're gonna go down, 5, 3, 4, also triplet, 2 pola, and then land on the D right when the G comes back around, but also resolving on our root note. If you let that ring out long enough, when the harmony goes to D, it'll sound really nice. So you get 1 pola, 2 and 3, 1, 2, pull a 3, 4. So nice. Love it. All right, hardest one of the night. Slide 5 to 7, 5th fret with your index, 7 on the second beat. 1 and 2. Keep that index finger down. 1 and 2. Then move both of those fingers down a whole step to 3 and 5. Play them together on the off beat. Lift your ring finger up. Move your index down to 2 and get your middle finger on the 3. So you get 1 and 2 and 3. Double stops here are a classic Dorian sound, and that is also the way I slip Dorian into my blues with that. Just so you know. So we get 1 and 2 and 3. Your ring finger is going to go down and grab the 4th fret of the C string on the 4th beat, 4, index to 1 here, and you're going to play 1, 0 together. 4, and then middle finger down to the 2nd fret. Keep that index finger down. You're gonna go 1, 2, 3. Quarter notes. D note and an F note, which outline our D minor, but then we get our ring finger down on the B, hit our Dorian flavor, and it implies the G7 as those other notes ring out. Very cool. Really slow. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Love it. And that was the last lick, right in time for sunset. Beady beady beat. Oye como va, mi Dorian suena muy bacano. you can play 6 tasty licks in the Dorian mode in the key of D. That is the second tonality of the key of C. So have some fun playing with those chords, play with the scale, have some fun with it, see if you can make it sound musical. And until next time, rock and roll. Life is good. Have a lovely day. Take care of yourselves. Eat your veggies and try to limit those sweets. And until next time, have a lovely day. Life is good.